I remember Joe Weider coming to one of the photo shoots, and they wanted to do a Muscle and Fitness cover. Well, Muscle and Fitness is more mainstream, more commercial. So normally it was a guy and a woman, you know, in a pleasant pose and smiling and everything. And he's coming to the studio, which I remember asking him, like, Joe Weider's like multi-millionaire at that point, you know, he can do anything he wants. I'm like, Joe, why are you coming here, man, to this studio? And I said, if I was you, I wouldn't be coming here, man. I'd be on the beach, I'd be doing this or whatever. And he's like, because I love it, you know? This is my passion. And if I stop doing it, I'm just going to wither away, you know? So, all right. So that was an interesting conversation with somebody that was very successful and still doing, you know, he didn't need to be there. Somebody else could be there, but he wanted to be there. And he's like, Dorian, smile. You got to smile with the lady. And he had this strange accent, which I'm not very good at doing. People can do it much better than me. And I couldn't fucking smile, man.
Why?
I was like, why aren't you smiling? Because I couldn't. I was not an actor. I couldn't make the smile. I can now. Look, I'm smiling. If someone puts a camera in front of me now, I smile. But I'm a much more relaxed person then. It was so fucking intense, you know? And I didn't want to be there doing that photo shoot. I wanted to go back and train and do. I didn't want to be there, man. But it's part of the industry. And in the end, Joe Weider just said, just let him do what he wants. Like, I think that was his policy with me in the end, because nobody could really manipulate me or steer me. I'm just too stubborn. I wouldn't do it. So, I mean, if you're number 10, maybe it's a hard time doing that. But if you're number 1, I got away with it, fortunately.
And did this start kind of this blood and guts idea then to like the way that you portrayed yourself in media, this guy, the black and white?
Yeah, and I hated smiling for photos. So I was good at doing a moody, tough looking guy, which it's not really me if people know me, but it was an image, and it was with the physique and everything, it fitted, and it was, you know, I could do that. So, well, people loved that. They bought into that, and they're like, so I didn't do any more Muscle and Fitness. I only done one. If anyone looks for it, you can see my best attempt at a smile.
I think I've seen it.
The corner of my lips coming up a little bit with this skinny little model girl that I was with. So after that, it was like, Dorian is a Flex guy. I mean, I don't know how many covers I had on Flex, but was a lot, over 20 covers on Flex magazine, which was the hardcore. So they're like, let Dorian do the hardcore stuff, because we're not going to get him to do this foo-foo stuff, you know? Just
and then later you put out your own videos, training in the dungeon, and that was the blood and guts stuff. That was
I'm really glad that I did that now, because even I can look back and say, fuck, man. I mean, I've got it written down in all my diaries, what I did, what weights, what exercises, everything. But to actually visually see it, and me lifting the weights, and how I'm lifting the weights, and how much weights, and all that stuff. So I'm glad that we got that in, because we did that in 96. So, you know, 97 was the last year that I was training like that. Right. So I'm glad that that's there for everybody to see. And I mean, still super popular. People write to me all the time, like, this is what they use to pump themselves up before they go in the gym. Yeah. And especially now, I mean, the kids are going back now and look, what the fuck? They're looking at this and looking at the guys, what they're doing now. And they're like, this is the fucking shit back here, man. This is inspiring us, you know?
For people that haven't seen it, what does it look like?
Blood and Guts was, I mean, I was always disappointed in I used to buy the VHS, you know, and watch the guys training before the Mr. Olympia and then this and that. I was always very disappointed because it seemed to be like staged and pumping, and I'm like, I'm not getting inspired by this. And I realized what the problem was in those days was, I mean, you know, to have a film camera and shit like that, I mean, you would be a proper film company. People don't have film cameras and iPhones and all that stuff. So if you want to make your VHS, you need to hire a media company, and they need to come and do it. And they want to do it from their point of view, which is technical. They want the correct lighting, they want the correct positioning, they want take 1, take 2, take 3, and get it all perfect, you know? I was like, I don't want to do that, man. So I spoke to a friend of mine who's a photographer as well, Kevin Horton, who took the iconic now black and white pictures in the gym.
Yeah.
I said, hey man, look, can we like rent some equipment or something and you film? But I want to do it like this. I said, I don't want no fucking lighting. I said, I want you to come with a camera, yeah, and I'm going to train, and you're not going to talk to me. And I'm going to train exactly the way I always train. I'm going to be in the zone. I don't even want to know you're there. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me nothing. just film as best as you can, and I want you to capture me and capture the energy, the intensity, and if you can get the weights in as well, so people see how much weight I'm lifting, let's get that in as well. But apart from that, angles, lights, fuck that shit, man. Just get in there and let's do it. So we did that, and watching afterwards we gone home and watching it, and I'm like, something doesn't seem right here. I say, hey, Kev, like, can I turn off the color and put it in black and white? So he did that, and I'm like, yes, that's it. I remember the movie with Robert De Niro, Raging Bull. Ever seen that movie?
Yeah, of course.
Raging Bull. It's in black and white.
Yeah.
And it just seems so much more atmospheric and real and hardcore, and it's in black and white, and you see the blood coming out and all this. And that's the kind of feel that I wanted there. So it's down in the basement, me and my training partner training away, and it's just real training. And that is exactly what I did day in, day out, year round. There was nothing different for the camera or anything like that. So it's very genuine training. And also after we filmed it, I was thinking to put some instructional stuffs on there, like, do this, do that, do them. I said, no, I don't need that, man. I mean, just watch it. Just look. I don't need to sell you control the weight on the negative and do this and like I'm doing it, right? So people can see. I don't really need to say anything. So we just left it like that. And I'm sure it's probably the most popular training video that ever came out of bodybuilding, and still now, what are we, more than 20 years later.
Yeah. 20.
And it's still out there on YouTube. People still making clips. They get some London Real or some Joe Rogan and some Blood and Guts, and they make these little inspirational videos that's all over the internet now. They're viral. So, I'm really glad that I got all that on. There's a couple of things that I was, slight shoulder injury and stuff, so I changed some of the stuff around a little bit from maybe a year or two before. But 95% of my training that got me to Mr. Olympia was in that VHS as it was on DVD and everything.
And when people watch those, they see a man who's, what do they see? You're not possessed, but you're just so in this zone. You're just like a man doing work. I don't know, where are you when
I'm in
you
a
watch
zone, man. I'm in a zone. I'm in a bubble.
Okay.
I still can do it.